Our sun is a magnificent celestial body, a glowing sphere of hot plasma that lights up our solar system. It is a giant ball of hot plasma that constantly churns and erupts, creating a dynamic and ever-changing surface. These eruptions sometimes launch massive bursts of energy and particles into space, which can travel vast distances across the solar system. We call these events coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. They are among the most powerful explosions in our solar system. On October 8, 2024, a powerful CME erupted from the sun, sending shockwaves through the scientific community. This CME is racing towards Earth at astonishing speeds of 1,200 to 1,300 kilometers per second, a velocity that is hard to comprehend. Mark your calendars, because it's expected to arrive on October 10th, 2024. The impact could be significant. This is not just any ordinary solar event. The scale and intensity of this CME make it a rare and potentially disruptive occurrence. This CME was triggered by a long-duration X 1.8 class solar flare, one of the most powerful types of solar flares. X-class flares are the most intense category of solar flares, capable of causing widespread effects on Earth. An X 1.8 flare is particularly strong, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. This powerful flare signaled the release of an immense amount of energy and charged particles into space, directed towards our planet. The potential impact on Earth's magnetic field and technology could be profound, affecting satellites, power grids, and communication systems. Imagine 1 billion tons of superheated plasma. Now imagine that plasma hurling through space at incredible speeds. That's what we are dealing with when we talk about CMEs. This particular CME, born from an X 1.8 flare, is no exception. It's a potent force of nature. CMEs are not just about speed. They also carry a magnetic field. The interaction of this magnetic field with Earth's own magnetic field is what causes geomagnetic storms. These storms can be minor inconveniences or major disruptions, depending on their severity. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration uses a scale to rank the severity of geomagnetic storms. This scale, called the G scale, ranges from G1 minor to G5 extreme. The upcoming storm, fueled by the fast-moving CME, is forecasted to be a G4 severe event. A G4 storm is a serious matter. It has the potential to disrupt our technological infrastructure. We're talking power grids, satellites, radio communications, all the things we rely on in our modern world. Our technological reliance makes us vulnerable to these space weather events. We live in a world where technology is deeply integrated into our daily lives, from the smartphones in our pockets to the power grids that light up our cities. G4 geomagnetic storms can induce electric currents in power grids. These storms, caused by solar activity, can have profound effects on our electrical infrastructure. These currents can overload transformers and cause widespread blackouts. Imagine the chaos that would ensue if entire cities were plunged into darkness with no immediate way to restore power. Imagine a world without electricity, no lights, no internet, no refrigeration. The food in our refrigerators would spoil, and our homes would be left in the dark. That's the potential impact of a severe geomagnetic storm. The dramatic visuals of a city skyline plunged into darkness serve as a stark reminder of our vulnerability. Satellites are also at risk. These vital components of our global communication network can be severely affected by space weather. The energetic particles from the CME can damage sensitive electronics. This damage can render satellites inoperable, disrupting the services they provide. This can disrupt satellite communications, navigation systems, GPS, and even weather forecasting. The loss of these services would have far-reaching consequences for both everyday life and critical operations. In our interconnected world, these disruptions can have cascading effects. A single failure in one part of the network can lead to widespread issues across the globe. High-frequency radio communications, often used in aviation and emergency services, are also vulnerable to disruption during geomagnetic storms. The safety of flights and the effectiveness of emergency responses could be compromised. Imagine a world without reliable communication channels, especially during an emergency. The inability to communicate effectively could exacerbate the crisis, making it harder to coordinate rescue efforts and provide aid. This highlights the importance of understanding and preparing for space weather events. By studying these phenomena, scientists can help us develop strategies to mitigate their impact and ensure that we are better prepared for the challenges they pose. The Northern Lights dance. While geomagnetic storms can have disruptive effects, they also bring a visual treat. During these storms, our planet's magnetic field interacts with the charged particles from the sun. This interaction creates a breathtaking display of light in the sky, known as auroras. Auroras are typically seen near the Earth's poles, where the magnetic field is strongest. However, during a G4 storm, the auroral oval expands towards the equator. This means that people at lower latitudes might have a chance to witness this celestial spectacle. Imagine seeing the Northern Lights dance across the sky from your backyard. It's a reminder of the awe-inspiring power and beauty of the universe. Guardians of our planet. Thankfully, we are not caught off guard by these solar storms. Our advanced technology and vigilant monitoring systems ensure that we stay ahead of these potentially disruptive events. We have a fleet of spacecraft constantly monitoring the sun. These spacecraft are equipped with state-of-the-art instruments designed to detect and analyze solar activity in real time. The Deep Space Climate Observatory, located about 1 million miles from Earth, provides early warnings of approaching CMEs. Positioned at the L1, it has a perfect vantage point to observe solar storms as they head towards Earth. Think of it as our first line of defense. Discover's early warnings are crucial for initiating protective measures on Earth. Once a CME is detected, the Advanced Composition Explorer, or ACE, comes into play. This satellite has been a cornerstone of space weather monitoring for decades. ACE, positioned closer to Earth, provides more detailed information about the CME's magnetic field and the solar wind. This data is essential for understanding the potential impact on our planet's magnetic field and technological infrastructure. This data helps scientists predict the intensity and arrival time of the geomagnetic storm. With this information, power grids, communication networks, and satellite operators can take necessary precautions to mitigate damage. These spacecraft are our eyes and ears in space, giving us valuable time to prepare. They represent a collaborative effort of international space agencies working together to safeguard our planet from the unpredictable nature of the sun. A celestial spectacle. As we brace ourselves for the potential disruptions of this G4 geomagnetic storm, let's not forget the beauty that awaits. The auroras, a dazzling display of celestial light, remind us of the incredible forces at play in our universe. If you're fortunate enough to live in an area where the auroras might be visible, keep an eye out for this celestial spectacle. Remember to find a dark location away from city lights for the best viewing experience. Dress warmly, be patient, and allow yourself to be awestruck by the wonders of the cosmos. The awesomeness of space weather. Space weather is a powerful force that reminds us of our place in the cosmos. We are part of a dynamic and interconnected system where events millions of kilometers away can impact our lives on Earth. As we continue to explore and understand the universe, let's appreciate both its beauty and its power. Let's not forget the beauty that awaits. The auroras, a dazzling display of celestial light, remind us of the incredible forces at play in our universe. If you're fortunate enough to live in an area where the auroras might be visible, keep an eye out for this celestial spectacle. Remember to find a dark location away from city lights for the best viewing experience. Dress warmly, be patient, and allow yourself to be awestruck by the wonders of the cosmos. The awesomeness of space weather. Space weather is a powerful force that reminds us of our place in the cosmos. We are part of a dynamic and interconnected system where events millions of kilometers away can impact our lives on Earth. As we continue to explore and understand the universe, let's appreciate both its beauty and its power.